Have you ever woken up feeling like your body's running on empty, no matter how long you slept? Maybe your legs feel heavier than they used to, or you're misplacing your keys more often than you'd like to admit. It's tempting to shrug. It often say, well, that's just what happens when you get older. But what if those little signs, the fatigue, the forgetfulness, the aches, are more than just the wear of time? What if they're your body's way of whispering, "Pay attention, I need you"? We've all been taught that slowing down is just part of aging, a badge we wear as the years pile up. But science tells a different story. Those everyday struggles aren't always inevitable. They're often signals, quiet calls for help that we dismiss at our own expense. Today we're diving into 7 surprising habits that many people over 70 fall into, habits that might be holding you back from the vibrant, joyful life you deserve. By the end, I'll share one simple change you can make today to feel stronger, sharper, and more alive. If you've ever felt that spark of frustration, that quiet worry about losing your edge, stick with me. There's hope, and it's closer than you think. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so we can keep this journey going together. And let me know in the comments. Drop a 1 if this resonates with you, or a 0 if there's something else you'd love to explore. Your voice matters, and I'm listening. Now, let's get started. Picture this. You wake up, the sun's barely up, and you already feel like you've been hauling bricks all night. Your steps are sluggish, your mind's a little hazy, and you tell yourself, "I'm just getting older." It's so easy to accept that exhaustion as part of the deal, isn't it? For so many of us over 70, tiredness becomes a shadow we don't even question. We smile, push through, and assume it's the price of another trip around the sun. But what if that fatigue isn't just age? What if it's your body waving a flag, begging for a closer look? Take Clara, a 72-year-old grandmother from Texas. For months, she dragged herself through mornings, blaming her creaky joints and foggy head on getting old. It wasn't until her son nudged her to see a doctor that she discovered low vitamin B12 and dehydration were sapping her energy. A few tweaks, more water, a nutrient-rich breakfast, and a simple supplement gave Clara her spark back. She's now chasing her grandkids around the park again, laughing like she's 50. Science backs this up. Chronic fatigue often stems from fixable culprits. Dehydration sneaks up as our thirst signals weaken with age. Poor nutrition, like skipping protein or relying on coffee and toast, starves your body of fuel. Sleep issues, low thyroid, or even undiagnosed conditions like diabetes can masquerade as normal tiredness. The good news, you don't have to accept it. Start small, sip a glass of water first thing in the morning, add a boiled egg or a scoop of peanut butter to your breakfast. Jot down when you feel most drained in a little notebook. It might reveal patterns. Talk to your doctor, ask for a blood panel, and don't settle for "it's just your age." You've earned the right to feel energized. Don't let fatigue steal your mornings when a few small changes can bring them back. Imagine sitting in your favorite armchair, the house quiet except for the hum of the fridge or a distant car passing by. Days slip by, and you realize it's been a while since you had a real conversation. Not just a quick hello at the store, but a moment where you felt truly seen. Maybe you used to love calling friends or hosting neighbors for coffee, but now it feels easier to stay home. The world seems to spin faster, leaving you on the sidelines, and you tell yourself, this is just how it is now. Loneliness can feel like an inevitable part of aging, but it's not. It's a habit, one you can break. Studies show isolation is as harmful as smoking, raising risks for heart disease, depression, and even dementia. Connection, on the other hand, is like oxygen for your soul. Even a brief chat with a neighbor or a laugh with a friend releases stress-busting chemicals that lift your mood and energy. Take Robert, an 80-year-old widower from Maine. After losing his wife, he retreated into his home, convinced his kids were too busy for him. But one day, his neighbor invited him to a local book club. Robert went reluctantly, expecting to feel out of place. Instead, he found himself swapping stories about old detective novels, laughing, and making plans for the next meeting. That one step pulled him back into the world, and he says it gave him a reason to get up each morning. You don't need a packed social calendar. Start with one small connection. Call a friend, send a text, or smile at someone at the grocery store. Check out a local senior center or library for low-pressure events like a knitting circle or a history talk. If you love gardening or music, find an online group to share your passion. Every conversation, no matter how small, is a victory. You've spent a lifetime building bonds. Don't let isolation dim your light now. It's a sunny morning, and you're sipping coffee, watching the neighborhood wake up. Maybe you've already taken a walk or tended your garden, feeling proud of staying active. But deep down, you notice it's harder to climb the stairs or carry groceries. You think, as long as I'm moving, I'm fine. But here's a question. Is walking enough to keep you strong? Walking is wonderful, but it's not the whole story. As we age, our muscles naturally shrink, a process called sarcopenia that starts in our 40s and speeds up after 65. Without strength exercises, everyday tasks like getting out of a chair or lifting a bag become harder. The CDC warns that skipping strength training raises the risk of falls, frailty, and even mental fog. Strong muscles aren't just about movement, they protect your joints, bones, and confidence. Meet Evelyn, a 78-year-old from Arizona. She loved her daily walks, but struggled to open jars or stand up without wobbling. After a near fall, she joined a senior fitness class, starting with simple chair exercises and light weights. Within weeks, she felt steadier, stronger, and even carried her groceries without a hitch. I didn't realize how much I could still do, she says. You don't need a gym. Try standing up from a chair 5 times without using your hands, or lifting a couple of soup cans for arm curls. Resistance bands are gentle and effective. Aim for 5 to 10 minutes 2 or 3 times a week. Check out free online videos for seniors or local classes. Your body is ready to surprise you. Give it a chance to shine. There's a folder in your desk, stuffed with papers you've been meaning to sort. Wills, bank statements, insurance, policies. Maybe your kids have asked, "Mom, where's your will?" Or "Dad, who handles things if you can't?" You brush it off with, "I'll deal with it later." It's not just procrastination, it's the weight of those conversations. Talking about money or end-of-life wishes feels like tempting fate or giving up control. But avoiding these talks doesn't protect you, it builds uncertainty. The National Institute on Aging says families who discuss finances and legal plans face less conflict when life takes unexpected turns. A will, a power of attorney, or a healthcare proxy isn't just paperwork, it's your voice, ensuring your wishes are honored. Consider Margaret and Tom, a couple from Ohio. After Tom's heart scare, they realized Margaret didn't know where their accounts were or what Tom wanted if he couldn't decide for himself. Over coffee with their son, they made a simple list: bank accounts, contacts, and wishes for care. It wasn't easy, but it lifted a weight. "We're not planning for the worst," Margaret said. "We're planning for peace." Start small. Write down where your documents are or who to call in an emergency. Share it with someone you trust. If it feels daunting, reach out to a financial planner or attend a free community workshop. You've built a legacy. Now protect it with the same strength you've always shown. Your kitchen pantry is like an old friend, stocked with familiar boxes of crackers, canned soups, or frozen dinners. They're quick, comforting, and you've eaten them for years. "I'm fine," you tell yourself. But what if those convenient foods are quietly draining your energy, clouding your mind, or weighing you down? As we age, our bodies need more from food, not less. Processed foods, loaded with salt, sugar, and unhealthy fats, strain your heart, kidneys, and joints. They often lack fiber, leaving you sluggish. Research shows swapping even a few processed meals for fresh foods boosts energy, mood, and mobility. Take George, an 81-year-old from Florida. His diet was mostly microwave meals until his niece cooked him a simple dinner of grilled fish, roasted veggies, and quinoa. He was shocked at how much better he felt. No afternoon naps, no bloating. Now he keeps fresh fruit and nuts for snacks and experiments with easy recipes. "I didn't know food could make such a difference," he says. "You don't need to. Overhaul your kitchen. Swap white bread for whole grain, add spinach to your soup, or grab an apple instead of chips. Try a new vegetable each week or cook a simple meal like scrambled eggs with peppers. Small swaps add up, giving you the fuel to live fully. You deserve to savor every bite and feel vibrant with every meal. There's a quiet courage in carrying on despite an ache in your back or a twinge in your knees. You tell yourself, "It's just aging," or "I don't want to complain." You smile through it, not wanting to worry your family or seem frail. But what if that silence is letting small problems grow into bigger ones? Pain isn't just a nuisance, it's your body's SOS. Ignoring it can worsen mobility, deepen fatigue, or even lead to depression. Medical experts say untreated symptoms can spiral, requiring more complex care later. Speaking up isn't weakness, it's wisdom. Think of Louise, a 76-year-old from Virginia. She hid her hip pain for months, skipping her beloved walks. When her grandson noticed her limping, she finally saw a doctor. A few weeks of physical therapy later, she was back strolling her neighborhood, pain-free. "I wish I'd said something sooner," she says. "Keep a symptom journal. Note when pain strikes, how it feels and what makes it worse. Share it with your doctor or a loved one. Treatments like therapy, exercise, or diet changes can work wonders. Your comfort matters. You've earned a life with less pain and more joy." Deep down, is there something you've always wanted to try? Painting a canvas, learning to salsa, or writing your life story? But a voice whispers, "I'm too old for that now." It's a powerful lie, one that keeps you from the joy of discovery. The truth? It's never too late to start something new. Your brain is built to grow, even after 70. New hobbies sharpen your mind, lift your mood, and keep you connected. Look at Anna, a 77-year-old from New Mexico. She always wanted to play the piano, but thought her time had passed. On a whim, she joined a beginner's class. Her fingers fumbled at first, but 6 months later she played Twinkle Twinkle for her grandkids, beaming with pride. "I feel like a kid again," she says. Pick one thing that lights you up, no matter how small. Sign up for a painting class, try a dance lesson, or start journaling. Set aside a few minutes a week and celebrate every step. You're not just learning, you're proving to yourself that life is still full of possibilities. Don't let too late steal your next adventure.